All right, greetings everyone. This is a video for Gen 61 1 to 9 revision video. So in this video, we will review grammar, okay? We will focus on reviewing on the grammar components of Gen 61 1 to 9. So we will go unit by unit. So now we are looking at unit 1, whereby we learned about narrative tenses, which are past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Now, for past simple, it is pretty much easier. Okay, you have to remember that you must use verb to. Okay, so past simple, you have the subject plus verb to. Okay, so for example, we went. Okay, this is the verb to. We went to Khao Yai yesterday. So this is a period or yes, a period which indicates the action happened in the past. And please remember, past simple is for actions that happened in the past and have finished. Okay. Next, we have past continuous. Now, past continuous usually, okay, have two actions usually. Okay, if it has one action, it usually has the time indicator. Okay, so for past continuous, you have subject plus was for singular subject and were for plural subject. Okay, and verb plus ing. So I was watching TV at that time. So at that time here indicates the time. Okay, number 2, my sister were listening to music while I was playing computer games. Okay, so you see two things happening at the same time. Okay, sometimes you will see sentence like, I was showering when she called me. Okay, so I was showering, this action happened first. And then when she was showering, the second action happened, which was she called me. Okay, moving on. So next we have past perfect. Okay, so past perfect, if you look at the timeline, okay, you have two things also happen. Okay, you have the subject, and then you have, because it's past perfect, so you have to use had. Okay, in contrast to present perfect where you use have. So this is had, and then you have to use verb 3. Okay, so in this example, Thomas had finished his homework. Okay, everyone had gone to bed when I arrived home. So in this situation, it is telling you that, okay, everybody had gone to bed when this person arrived home. Okay, but both things happened in the past. Okay, it is describing another action happened in the past when another action, okay, happened to in the past, in had gone to bed, in past perfect. Okay, lastly, we have past perfect continuous. Okay, so past perfect continuous, we have subject and had been. Okay, because it's continuous, so we have had been and then verb plus ing. Okay, children had been playing outside. Had been, this is mandatory for past perfect continuous, and then we have the verb plus ing. We will look at more examples. This is an example for past simple. It's just now, last year, the time indicator in the past, I went to Spain. Okay. Past continuous, okay. Express an unfinished or incomplete action in the past. I was reading a book when the phone rang. Okay, reading was reading, and then this is the verb to for past simple when the phone rang. So she was reading the book, and then here the phone rang. Okay. Next, past perfect. Okay, it used to make it clear that one event happened before another, and both happened in the past. I had finished the report when he arrived. Here he had finished the report, and then here he had arrived. Okay. And here I had been waiting for hours when finally the bus arrived. Okay, so it describes a time before now, okay, and an action had been happening when another action happened. Okay, when another action happened. Okay, that is for unit 1. Now moving on, we will look at unit 2. Okay, unit 2 is simply English idioms. Okay, so we have idioms, which means a group of words that has special meaning that is different from the ordinary meaning of each separate word. So in every language in the world, okay, so idioms are very cultural. So every language in the world has its own idiom. So in the Thai language, you have this idiom, which is similar to the English idiom, a frog underneath a coconut shell. Okay, so it means, okay, someone who doesn't really go out, who's been living inside his own comfort zone and doesn't really know what happens outside. Okay, it's raining cats and dogs. Of course, you cannot imagine that. Okay, the clouds are going to make it rain cats and dogs, literally. Okay, but here it simply means it's raining really heavily. So if you look at your book, okay, textbook, all right, you have several idioms, okay, with its meaning. So go through each one of them and make sure you understand the meaning of each of the idioms. Okay. So these are some of the famous ones. Don't count your chickens before they hatch means don't expect on something or don't rely on something until you are sure of it, until you know what is going to happen. Okay. Hit the hay, going to bed. Okay. If something happened in a blink of an eye means something happened extremely quick that it just happened. I didn't know what happened, but it just happened so quickly. Okay. Usually like an accident, or like when you're walking in the street, somebody snatched your bag and what just happened? Okay, so that kind of thing. Okay, so these are just idiom. Okay, next we will look at unit 3, interview. So interview, we are looking at open-ended and close-ended question. So basically open-ended, okay, question means a question which requires more answer rather than just yes or no. Okay, so for example, questions like why, how, okay, this kind of question, or what sometimes, okay, yes, what, how, why, okay, requires more answers. So how do you feel about this class? Okay, what do you like about Gen 61 129 class, for example? Okay, while close-ended, on the other hand, requires only really short answer, mostly yes or no. Are you satisfied with Gen 61 129 class? Yes, no, neutral. Okay, things like that. Okay, so this close-ended, remember, because it's close, it doesn't give room for a longer answer, while open-ended gives more room where you can describe your opinion or give more answer to the question. Okay, so for example, a close-ended question would sound, is the test easy? Yes, no, it's okay, like in the middle. Okay, see, very short answer. But open-ended would ask question like, what makes you think that the test is easy? Or why do you say the test is easy? Okay, things like that. All right. Will not go through everything. Okay, you can refer to your book. I'm pretty sure you understand by now what is the meaning of closed-ended and open-ended question. Next, grammar, modal verbs. Okay, we are looking at can, could, will, or and would. Okay, now, okay, it depends on how you structure the sentence. Okay, if you want to ask for a favor or request, you should start with modal first, the subject, and then the main verb, and then the rest of the sentence. For example, can you help? Can is the modal verb, you is the subject, help, main verb. Can you help me with my homework? The rest of the sentence. Okay? Yes. Permission, you can use can or could. Can I submit my report online? Could we go home now? Okay. Could you help me, please, for example? You can also use could for instruction and request. Could I have my bill, please? Okay. Can for making requests. Yes. Can you give me the remote control? Can you send the food to my office? For example, can I help you? Can I carry it for you? These are to make offers. Okay. Will and would. Okay. Will is to talk about what is coming. Will you go to the party tonight? Okay, something in the future, what's coming, will you go? Okay. Would can be in the past and can be a polite way of talking. Will you marry me? Would you mind telling me where you come from? Would you please be quiet? For example, okay. Right, that's it. Now we are looking at Unit 4 latest events. Okay, this is regarding news. Okay, and the grammar focus is on direct and indirect speech. Okay, now this is very pretty much forward. Indirect speech refers to, direct speech refers to whereby the speaker repeats or quotes directly, okay, as the exact word spoken by the speaker. A reporter repeats, okay, a word or sentences that is spoken by the speaker. Justin said, I am not feeling well. So he is quoting, this reporter is quoting what Justin told him. Justin told him that he is not feeling well. So it would become the indirect speech. But here, okay, he quote as the exact word what Justin said. So Justin said, quote, quotation mark, I am not feeling well. While indirect speech, okay, usually used in news, okay, Justin said that he was not feeling well then. Okay, so he doesn't use quote, but he changed the subject to he. Okay, so he here refers to Justin. Okay, right, that's it. And the last one we have, let's have a meeting. So let's have a meeting. Simply focus on the language, the grammar and language focus simply means the rules and the sentences, okay, or expressions used in a meeting. Okay, so we have call to order. Okay, the first one is called call to order when the chairman wants to start the meeting. Okay, he would use sentences like, okay, now that we are all here, I call this meeting to come to order, to start the meeting. Okay. Roll call is what sometimes I do in class when I want to check the attendance of the student. So this is called roll call, to check of attendance. Okay, whereby I call your name, okay, and you say here or present teacher, okay. Minutes is whereby the secretary record or reads, okay, the last meeting and provide the copies for the members to read to approve the previous meeting. Giving the floor, allowing someone to talk. Okay, so for example, when you have a discussion and you want to allow someone else to talk, you can say, okay, let us hear from For example, the head of department on this issue. Let us hear from the research committee, okay, for example, and so on. Making a motion, okay, when you want to decide on something. Okay, I put into the motion the suggestion of the head of department on this issue, for example. Second, the motion, meaning to agree or support. Dividing the house, whereby you are asking the attendees to decide on the issue or decide on the information, okay, on a certain issue to vote, okay. Announcement, simply just making announcement. And adjournment, when a meeting is to finish, to end the meeting, okay, you can say, I move to adjourn the meeting is adjourned, for example, okay. So yes, okay, these are more examples. You can try to do this exercise again in your book. So that's all, guys, for Gen 61 1 to 9 grammar focus. I wish you good luck for your final exam. Goodbye and thank you.